going to come to the front of the mat. Feet slightly apart, soften your knees. Let's shake our hands, check there's no tension accidentally in our hands this morning. Give them a good shake. And give your shoulders a shake and your hips a shake. And waking yourself up. Well done. And then come to standing nice and still. Just notice how that feels from a little bit of shaking. Drop the chin towards your chest and allow your spine to grow tall. Right the way up through the back of your neck. Crown of your head lifting up. So there's a little ashtanga checklist that's quite nice to go through. The first is your breath. Can you hear your breath? When you're working with ujjayi breath, you're breathing through the nose, but you feel the vibration in your throat. And that becomes audible. It's not forced, don't worry if you can't hear it. But hopefully you can at least sense it, feel it, and maybe even hear it. The second checkpoint is the pelvic floor. Have you got Mula Bandha engaged? So as you press the soles of your feet to the floor, you get this lovely lift up through the pelvic floor. And that will gently then pull the tummy button in towards the spine, giving your back a little bit of support. And we'll do some circles before we move anywhere. So let's begin with the head. Circling, allowing the neck to recognize how it's feeling this morning. And then changing directions. And coming up to center and then circling shoulders. And maybe, if you have space, taking elbows and arms and circling. Perhaps reaching up super tall as you inhale and going out wide to the side and down as you exhale. One more time. And then circling your heart. And switching directions. How's the lower back feeling as you circle? And well, naturally your hips will start to join in, so let the hips start to circle too. It's a very spirally way to start the practice. And then changing directions with the hips, letting them circle the other way. And then coming back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Remind yourself of Mula Bandha. Listen to your breath as you exhale and you fold. Let's bend the knees and come down low. Hands can just... Actually, let's bring hands to the thighs to begin with. Inhale as you look forwards. Have a little wriggle. Make some space. Exhale as you fold. We'll take our time with this first round. Inhale as you look forwards. And exhale as you fold. Third time, inhale as you look forwards. Perhaps as you exhale, your fingertips can come down towards the floor. Keeping the fingers pressed to the floor, lift the heart as you inhale. And as you exhale, step back. Taking a nice plank pose. Pull the tummy in towards the spine. You can drop your knees anytime. Let's take a few breaths, push the heels back, let the heart move forwards and suck the tummy up towards the spine. Softening the knees, Keep the neck easy. It's quite easy for shoulders to accidentally come up to the ears. You don't want to do that. So the shoulder blades stay long and away from the ears as you lower yourself down to the ground. Roll the shoulders back as you inhale and come up. We'll take a few breaths here. Exhale as you come down. You can do a super baby cobra. It doesn't need to be strong. Inhale as you come up. And exhale as you come down. Try to keep the elbows tucked nicely towards you. Inhale as you come up third time. And exhale, press through the hands. Let's sit back on heels and take a little bonus prayer pose. Inhale as you come up to a high plank. And exhale as you come to a down dog. Taking some breaths. See if you can float the tailbone high towards the sky and anchor the heels down towards the earth. Inhale as you look forward, step your feet to your hands. And exhale as you fold into a nice forward bend. And inhale as you come all the way up. We've got someone trying to come in. Lovely Kim. Okay. We'll go again, second round. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, fold. Traveling on your breath, inhale, heart lifts. Exhale as you step back. Now you can drop your knees, or if you want to, you can just come down to hover about 2/3, 1/3 of the way down. Inhale as you roll forward. See if you can come up onto the front, the tops of your feet. So your knees are off the floor. Or don't, you choose. And then exhale as you come back, down dog. Rearrange yourself to make it feel like a really satisfying down dog. Can you hear your breath? Next, inhale, you're going to look forwards and step your feet to your hands. And exhale as you fold. Inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Third round, inhale. Arms rise, sun salutation A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, stepping back. Taking your version down to the ground. And then your version coming forwards and up. Exhale, down dog. Always find reason to wriggle. Always stay curious in the pose. You don't want to take the first shape that your body provides. We're kind of taking a torch inside as to how we're feeling, and we're trying to find any little pockets of closedness or tension and provide them with adequate space to expand. As you inhale, look forward, step your feet to your hands. And as you exhale, fold. And as you inhale, come all the way up, reaching your arms up overhead. And exhaling, hands to your heart. Sun salutation B. We start off in everybody's favourite pose, seated chair pose. So bend the knees, come down low. Let's keep the hands down on your thighs to begin with, as you tuck your tailbone down. And then let the fingers come and just brush against the floor. So you're really quite low. Perhaps your knees are squeezing together. Perhaps you can remind yourself of Mula Bandha here. And then you're going to keep your legs as they are, and perhaps your hands just come forward. Perhaps they come high. We're all so very different in our configuration of joints and and limbs and connective tissue. So everyone's shape is different. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, stepping back. Either chaturanga or lowering yourself to the ground. Inhale and exhale back. And we're going to take the left foot and turn it out. And you're going to step the right foot forward between your hands, bending the front knee. Be sure the back leg is pressing down the back foot, and draw the right hip back towards the back of the mat. It will want to go forwards, so consciously pull it back. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, making your journey to the ground. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you roll back. Right foot turns, left foot steps forward. Inhale, coming up. Think about the back foot. Draw that left hip back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling back. 5 breaths. 5 noisy breaths. When you're ready, lifting your gaze, inhale, either step or hop your feet forwards. Exhale as you fold. Bend the knees, come down low. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to standing. Continue straight into the next one. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale back. Inhale, rise. Exhale back. Left foot turns. Inhale, front foot forwards or right foot forwards. Arms come up high. Exhale, hands to the floor. All the way down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go back. The right foot turns. Inhale as the left foot steps forward. Arms rise. And exhale, hands to the floor, traveling down. Inhale and exhale. 5 breaths. So Tuesdays are our more dynamic practice. But you can take a rest anytime. Just drop your knees to the floor, come into prayer pose, child's pose. That's the beauty of a home practice. Nobody's watching you. You can totally shape the practice to suit you today. Now as you inhale, lift your gaze. Step or hop your feet forwards. Exhale as you fold. Bend the knees, come down low. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to standing. 3rd time. Hopefully you're building a bit of heat now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Suddenly down dog becomes your kind of life raft in the middle of the practice, where you're like, oh, now I can breathe and really come back to my body. And one more nice deep round of breath here. On the next inhale, looking forward, stepping your feet to the front of the mat, and exhaling as you fold. Bend the knees, come down low. Inhale your arms up, and exhale hands to heart. Okay, so now we're going to come to a forward bend. So bring your feet so they're hip width apart, parallel to one another. Soften your knees, take your hands to your waist. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale as you lift your heart. And exhale as you keep the knees soft and you fold forward. And you can just bring your hands down onto your shins. Kind of more interesting to get a sense of length in the spine. Or perhaps you're going to take your hands right the way down and you're going to wrap your two middle fingers and your thumb around your big toe. And once you're in position, you're going to take your chin in towards your chest. And then you're going to let your heart start to move as you breathe. So as you inhale, the heart rises. And as you exhale, the heart draws in to the forward fold. And the legs are not locked straight. There is a bit of bounce there. As you press down through the soles of the feet, notice how you can get some height through the pelvis. And then releasing the grip on the big toe. Inhale as you look forwards, and now you're going to slide your hands underneath your feet. So perhaps your knees are going to really bend to let you do that. And your big toe is coming up to that mound. It's the mound of Venus on your hand, just beneath your thumb. So the toes are right up to the crease in your wrist. Chin drops to chest. And you can start to play with straightening and bending the legs. Keep that breath nourishing your muscles as you explore this forward bend. And you can play around with where the weight distribution is in your feet as well. It doesn't need to be all on the heels. It's quite nice to press into the hands. Okay, then soften the knees, release the hands, bring the hands to your waist, drop your center of gravity as you inhale and come up. And we'll come sideways on our mats, ready for Trikonasana. So right foot is pointing outwards. Inhale, reach your arms wide, make space across the collar. Left hip gently nudges over to the left as the right hand pulls you to the right. And then your hands come down. And we're not interested in how low you can go here. More interested in how much height you can get through that top shoulder and a sense of lifting through the core of your body. So this comes from the pelvis, all the way up through the spine. A sense of lifting. And can you hear your breath? And we want to add some balances today. So we're going to take the weight into that right foot. The right hand's going to come ahead of the right foot as we come into half moon, squaring that back foot. Feel free to hold on to a piece of furniture if you're feeling wobbly. Blocks are always handy, furnitures are handy, or their bottom hand can hover. Sometimes that feels good. There's no failure on any of this, it's all an experiment. Well done. And gently returning that back foot down, you're going to make your way into Trikonasana. And then inhale as you come up. Hands to waist. Let's switch sides. So left foot turns out this time. Have a little bounce. Check there's nothing locked. Inhale, open your arms wide. Open across the collar. Right hip just nudges a tiny bit over to the right as the left hand glides towards the left. And then you come down. Hear the sound of your breath. One thing I notice in myself is sometimes I really let my tummy go here. I have to remind myself to kind of pull my tummy in towards my spine. And when I do that, I get a sense of lift in the torso again. Well done. And looking down at the big toe, we're going to take the weight to the left foot this time. And the left hand's going to gently glide so that we come up into half moon. Square that back foot. Use whatever props will be helpful. And then returning to Trikonasana. And coming all the way back up. Bring your hands to your waist. And we're going to turn to face the short edge of the mat. So you're going to need to rearrange your feet, otherwise you're going to be as if you're on a tightrope, and that doesn't feel very stable. Move your feet around to get yourself comfortable. Keep your hands on your waist. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale as you lift your heart. And as you exhale, just fold forward so your back becomes a tabletop. You're looking at your big toe. And where your hands are in your waist, pull your waist back towards the back of the mat, especially the right side. I'm hoping you can feel how that changes what's going on in the hamstring. Keep the right hand where it is. Inhale, reach the left arm forwards. And then as you exhale, place the hand down. Now the hand can just come straight to the floor alongside the foot, or it might come across to the little toe edge. Just depends how much rotation you've got available to you. And then you're going to turn your gaze to the right, perhaps lifting up through the right shoulder, or perhaps extending the right arm up. All sorts of variables for you to play with. And the variable that's right for you is the one that feels good in your body. And it changes. It changes all the time. Looking down at your big toe, place that left hand ahead of the right foot. And we're going to come up into a rotated half moon. So the back leg rises, perhaps here the right arm can rise. And you can either keep looking at the floor for balance or turn your head to the side. And then slowly lower yourself down. Inhale as you come all the way up, and we're going to do that on the other side. So facing the back of your mat, again you're going to need to rearrange your feet to find stability. Bring your hands to your waist, roll the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale as you lift your heart, and as you exhale you're going to forward fold, tabletop back, looking at that front big toe. Your left hand draws the left hip towards the back of the mat. Right arm extends out alongside your ear. And as you exhale, perhaps the hand just comes down to the floor. Perhaps it goes across to the little toe edge. And turn your gaze to the side. Maybe the left hand can extend up.
Try to keep pulling the sitting bones back towards the back of the mat so you're not putting all the weight on that front foot, which is hard to do. All the weight usually wants to go on the front foot, so you have to really work to push into that back foot. And looking down at your big toe, bring the right hand just ahead of the left foot. Take the weight forward as you lift the back heel, squaring the foot. Rotated half moon. And gently lowering the back foot down. Inhale as you come up. Okay, let's take white leg forward bend. Feet parallel to one another. Inhale as you reach your arms up. And exhale as you fold. Hands come down directly between the feet. Chin towards chest. With your hands on the floor, you're pretty stable. So you don't need to lean back. You don't need to put all the weight in your back heel. You can lean forwards using your toes and the balls of your feet. And that will allow you to get into a different place in your hamstrings. And you might actually bend one knee and then the other knee, wriggle a bit from side to side. And use this as an opportunity to explore how your ligaments and muscles and bones are working today. Bring your hands to your waist. Soften your knees so you drop your center of gravity as you inhale and come up. Step your feet together. And bring your hands together. Well, that went very quickly. Can't wait to do it again next week. Have a gorgeous day, everyone.